Hello, this is Jessica with On a Stack of Books, and today I'm going to be doing a book tag, and it is the Finally Fall Booktag. And when I saw this done by several people, I was like, I love it. I absolutely want to do this. I don't know who the original creator was. I saw different prompts, different questions, and so I'm sorry, but I will at least tag the original one that I found, but it may not be the actual one. So I actually use this cup year round. I just love fall and Halloween and pumpkins, and so I never put it away. The questions I screenshotted, and so the questions are, the prompts are: in fall, the air is crisp and clear. Name a book with a vivid setting. And two came to mind, but because this is fall and we're going more for like the spookier season reading, Ward D. And I don't physically have the book. We read this for book club last year, and it was very creepy. And the scene was set in an insane asylum, where a girl is locked in overnight, and the scene was vivid. You felt locked in, you felt the anxiety. And so it was, that was one that first came to mind. And then the Essex Serpent. I also don't have that book either. I don't think I have any of well, I might have one or two. But just the way, the first chapter, it was very dark, it was very gloomy, and it was just beautiful. And I really felt myself like standing right at the water's edge. And so those two come to mind. So second prompt is: nature is beautiful but also dying. Name a book that is beautifully written but also deals with a heavy topic like loss or grief. And the first and only so far book that I've read of Jodi Picoult was Handle with Care. And that was a very heavy book. And I think it was in the prologue or the first chapter, I sobbed. It deals with, it's a mother, a family dealing with a sick child, and all that goes with that. And it was just heartbreaking. It was a very heavy book. And I do believe that that's sort of her style. She chooses topics that are, you definitely are going to have an opinion one way or the other, but really kind of rips your heart out. So number 3, fall is back to school season. Share a nonfiction book that taught you something new. So again, 2 came to mind. Recently, I just read Educated, and it was a memoir by Tara Westover. And I learned a lot of things. And that was really interesting. And it was about sort of unschooling versus schooling, and her experience, her personal experience. But then I was thinking, I love Bill Bryson, and I read recently A Walk in the Woods, which was his experience going on the Appalachian Trail. And there was a lot of really good information for someone who wants to hike the trail. And so that was a great book, and I love his books. But I did learn several things, made notes, and for future. Okay. Number 4, in order to keep warm, it's good to spend some time with the people we love. Name a fictional family, household, friend group that you would like to be a part of. Definitely the Weasleys out of Harry Potter, Ron Weasley and his family, the mother and father in their home. So cozy, so wonderful, and I definitely would want to be a part of that family. Number 5, the colorful leaves are piling up on the ground. Show us a pile of fall colored spines. So here is my fall colored spines. And then I went for the traditional oranges, but also some greens and some darks in there, darker shades of, tree bark and all of that. Okay, number 6. Oops. Fall is the perfect time for some storytelling by the fireside. Share a book wherein somebody is telling a story. And for this one, it was Lovely Bones. And I apologize, I don't have any of these books in front of me. I have read them, some recently, some not so recently, and I have since gifted them, put them in little free libraries, and I don't have the actual book. I will pop it up here. But Lovely Bones the story is told by the young girl. I believe she was 14. She was gruesomely murdered. And the family, they're trying to figure out who did this and the investigation as it goes along. But she's the narrator. She's telling the story. So that was very interesting. Okay. Number 7. The nights are getting darker. Share a dark, creepy read. And this one was, for me, Dark Places by Gillian Flynn. It was the first book of her. Well, no, I think so far that's the only book of hers. I have several of hers. And I read it probably about a year ago. And I was, a lot of times I'm reading at night laying in bed, and it really got under my skin. Like, it sort of freaked me out. And it was creepy. It was very creepy. So that one definitely, I remember just feeling creepy reading that one. Okay. Number 8. The days are getting colder. Name a short, heartwarming read that could warm up somebody's cold and rainy day. And this is going to be a middle grade book, and it's called Pie. P-I-E, Pie. I'm going to put it right there. And this one is one of my daughter's books. She read it. It was really cute, and I read it, and it was just so, so sweet. And it is about this, it was an aunt, I believe, and she made pies, and, it was the love that she put into it. And it was a very community-based little business that she had. And then she passed away, and it was finding the recipe to these pies. And it was so sweet. And I highly recommend it, even though it is a children's book. It's a little middle grade book. It was very sweet. Okay, and then 9, Fall. Luckily, it's my favorite season. Returns every year. Name an old favorite that you'd like to return to soon. And this, I have Relic by Douglas Preston Lincoln Child, and I read this probably 20 years ago, and it just stuck with me. It was that perfect setting of the dank, dusty old museum, and there's a murder, and there, it was just that really creepy but cozy setting that I love. And I have been meaning to reread it, and then after that is Reliquary, and I have the third, which is Still Life with Crows. And so I have been meaning to read that again and sort of get back into that series, the Pendergast series. So Relic. And then fall is the perfect time for cozy reading nights. Share your favorite cozy reading accessories. So unless I'm sitting in this chair, I love, once it's cold and I can wear wraps and hoodies and all that kind of stuff. If I'm in the house with the windows open, ideally it would be cold and the window would be open, and I would have some warm tea or hot tea, and have a blanket on my lap, all of those cozy things, the usual stuff, you just want to be warm and cozy while it's cold outside. And then of course I have my cup, which I love. So if I'm not drinking tea, I'm drinking that. Okay, and then spread the autumn appreciation and tag some people. So again, I will tag the person, the booktuber, I'm sorry, that I got these questions from in the description, because I saw the videos and I was like, oh, that's so much fun. I really want to do that. But then when I went back and looked at the questions, there's variations. And so I think there was either several tags or it evolved. But I will put those in there, and I will tag people that I have not seen do the fall. It's finally fall tag. But super excited that it is fall, even though I think we're 2 to 3 days into fall, and it's, you know, it's not blistering hot. If you pretend and stand in the shade and in the evening, and we can, you know, get into the fall season spirit, but you got to pretend a little bit. So yes, this was fun, and if you watched it until the end, thank you, and until next time, I will be reading.